They lurk in the corners. They have no friends except their parents. Well, there could be no benefits, I'm sure. Hi, my name is Maddie Carey. I'm going into 9th grade and I live in Blackhawk County. Today I'm going to talk about some of the benefits of homeschooling. And yes, there are some. I also have 3 siblings and they are all homeschooled. Today I'm going to talk about some of the benefits of homeschooling, as well as give you a basic overview of what homeschooling is. First, I'll explain a few things. Homeschooling is when someone, typically a parent, decides to school their children apart from the public school system or any private school system. To an extent, they decide what is learned and how, where and when it is learned. There are many different ways and styles of homeschooling. I can't possibly cover them all in depth during this presentation, so I'll just give you a quick overview of some of the more common ones. Some families choose to purchase a complete curriculum. There are many kinds of complete curriculums. Box curriculums come with everything: books, supplies, even science lab supplies and math worksheets. Some rely heavily on textbooks, but others use only quality literature and supplement with other materials. Computer-based curriculums come with CD-ROMs or are more like an online academy with scheduled class times and teachers. Not everyone uses pre-assembled curriculum. Some pick and choose supplies from different shops, or they create their own curriculum by getting books from the library or making their own worksheets. They can also supplement with field trips and community activities. There is also unschooling, which is an extremely radical view of homeschooling. In this style, the children are not formally taught. Instead, the parents involve them in basic living skills, like changing the oil in a car or taking them to the grocery store. Their hope is that if the child finds something they are truly interested in, it will spark a light of interest and then the child will go on to pursue it. But some critics of unschooling say this will leave holes in the child's basic education. Some school districts also offer an HSAP or homeschool assistance program. This is when the school district provides you with books and supplies and a supervising teacher from the school. You teach your children or child with the materials from the school and the district teacher will check on you. This is a good idea if the child was public schooled and may be again, or if the family has hesitations about choosing their own curriculum. However, it does remove the benefit of choosing your own classes. Homeschooling is legal in all 50 states. Every state has different requirements, so I will only be addressing the law in Iowa. To begin with, there are no educational or teacher's license requirements for the parent-teacher in Iowa. Each year, the parent must file a CPI, Competent Private Instruction, report form for each child between the ages of 6 and 16 being homeschooled. 6 to 16 is the current compulsory attendance age in Iowa. Oh yay, that'll stay now. The CPI contains identifying information about each child, as well as the curriculum that they will be using and whatever type of documentation they choose. The 3 types of documentation include annual assessment with a standardized test, regular meeting with a supervising teacher, or if the parent teaching has a teacher's license, they can be the supervising teacher, or you can turn in a portfolio of the student's work that will be reviewed by the school district. Now that you have a basic idea of what homeschooling is and how it can be done, we will move on to the benefits of homeschooling. Homeschooling allows curriculum to be tailored to each individual child. For example, if a child excels in one subject, he doesn't have to be held back while the rest of the class is learning it. On the other hand, if a child is struggling with some material, she doesn't have to get lost as the rest of the class moves on without her. As the student gets into the upper grades, they can interests and strengths can dictate what is chosen to learn. Of course, the core curricula of math, English, history, and science still needs to be covered, but interests can dictate what other subjects will fill the school hours. For example, in my school district, as a foreign language, they only offer Spanish, but I wanted to learn German, so I've been studying that instead. Family belief systems traditions, and values can be passed down more easily when a child is at home than if a child is at school all day. Our family is Christian. In our homeschool, we can include reading the Bible and talking about God during the day. Our family knows homeschoolers who are Muslim. Their homeschool allows them to talk about their beliefs and live them out, including dietary rules and other rituals. At different times of the year, we can learn about traditions that are unique to our ethnic background. For example, my mom's ancestry is Swedish, so in December, we can learn about St. Lucia Day. Being homeschooled allows you to be more flexible with your time. We can take the morning off of school to go to an appointment or a museum and still finish a day's worth of school in the afternoon and early evening. We can take family vacations during non-peak times. Our family flew to Boston last April and had a great time sightseeing without all the crowds. We were able to take a week off of schoolwork by adjusting our calendar accordingly. Homeschooling allows for closer and deeper family relationships. When you are with your family all day, you have to learn to get along. It's what my mom likes to call character development. Learning how to apologize and get along with people of all ages and abilities is a very important skill that you will need during jobs and home life. Plus, there's lots of extra time to play together, read books aloud, or just be together. There are 4 kids in my family. If we went to public school, we would all be in separate classrooms all day. In fact, we would actually be in 3 separate schools. Also, unless you only want your parents and your siblings as your friends, you have to actively seek out friendships through activities like 4-H, sports, or youth group. This can make even shy people into outgoing ones. A lot of time in public school is spent on administration, taking attendance, lining up, walking to different parts of the school, waiting for everyone to get their materials ready. In homeschool, if you work diligently and efficiently, you can get all your schoolwork completed in 8 hours a day, or less. This can be done because you waste no time waiting for other people or moving to different classrooms. Personally, I gather my curriculum, go to a desk or a table, and then work right through until I'm done. I might take a break occasionally to stretch, have a snack, or check Facebook, but then I go back. I tend to wake up before my family does, so I can start my work early when I wake up. That way, by the time everyone else is already awake, I'm halfway done with school. So also, you have more time to engage in your interests, whatever they are, and you can also learn more about what your talents are and have time to strengthen your interests and skills. Also, you never have homework because while you're working on that subject, you do your classwork and your homework. There are many statistics that help to prove the benefits of homeschooling on all different levels. I have put 2 in my slideshow. This first one shows the average scores on a standardized test for homeschool, private school, and public school students. The second one shows the grade a homeschooler falls into according to his age, and then the grade he falls into according to a standardized test. So you could see that a 5th grader would fall into 8th grade level, and so on. Now that you have learned what homeschooling is, how to do it, what the legal requirements are, and also some of the benefits, including personalized curriculum, flexibility for family beliefs, flexibility in school hours, strong family relationships, little to no administration, and great academic results. I hope my presentation has inspired you to look into homeschooling, if not for your family, at least to be more informed about an education style that is becoming more and more popular. These are the online sources I used for my presentation. If you would like, I have links about homeschooling that you can have, so just ask me after the presentation. Are there any questions? Yes.
How long have you been homeschooled?
The question was, how long have I been homeschooled? And the answer is all my life, so starting in preschool. Yes.
Okay. Does your family dual enroll?
The question was, does my family dual enroll? Well, up to this point, we haven't. But tomorrow I start a class at our local school, and I'm taking a class in agriculture, which is something I'm interested in, which is another example, and you get to choose what classes you take based on your strengths and interests. Yes?
Was this an assignment for your school year?
The question was this an assignment? Well, actually it wasn't. I just like to give presentations, and this was a subject that I knew stuff about because I have experience in it, so I thought it would be a cool idea. Are there any other questions? If not, this concludes my presentation.